Today, we're stepping into a topic that is as controversial as it is crucial: the story of vitamin B17 and its potential role in the fight against cancer. This is a story that intertwines science, politics, and the relentless pursuit of truth. So, grab your headphones, settle in, and let's explore the fascinating and at times shocking world of World Without Cancer, the story of vitamin B17 Part 2. Now, before we dive into the heart of the matter, let's take a moment to acknowledge the dedication of the author, G. Edward Griffin, who penned this groundbreaking book. His work is dedicated to the millions of cancer victims and their loved ones, whose suffering, he argues, has been exacerbated by what he calls scientific arrogance and political vested interest. It's a bold claim, and one that we'll unpack together. In Part 1 of the book, Griffin lays out the science of cancer therapy, presenting a perspective that challenges conventional wisdom. He explains that cancer is the result of uncontrolled growth of trophoblast cells, which are normally part of the body's life process. These cells are triggered by prolonged stress or damage, such as smoking, chemical additives, or viruses, which lead to the production of estrogen, a hormone that plays a key role in the body's healing process. But here's where it gets interesting. Griffin argues that nature has provided a metabolic barrier to control these cells, primarily through pancreatic enzymes and a food factor known as nitriliside, or vitamin B17. This vitamin, he claims, can destroy cancer cells while nourishing healthy ones. The implication? A potential solution to cancer could be as simple as maintaining a diet rich in vitamin B17 and minimizing stress and damage to the body. But as we move into Part 2, the politics of cancer therapy, the narrative takes a dramatic turn. Griffin delves into the opposition to the nutritional concept of cancer, a concept that has been labeled as fraud and quackery by powerful institutions like the Food and Drug Administration, the American Cancer Society, and the American Medical Association. Yet he points out that many doctors, if given the chance, would be willing to explore the potential of vitamin B17, or Laetrile, in their own practices. However, doctors in the United States are legally barred from experimenting with unorthodox therapies, a restriction that Griffin argues is driven by more than just scientific rigor. He suggests that the opposition is deeply rooted in the financial and political interests of a multi-billion-dollar cancer industry. Think about it. If a simple, natural vitamin could cure cancer, it would threaten the profits of pharmaceutical companies, the careers of researchers, and the political agendas of those who promise ever larger government programs. Griffin doesn't shy away from making bold accusations. He claims that at the top of the world's economic and political pyramid, there is a powerful group of financial, industrial, and political interests that view the nutritional approach to health as a threat. These forces, he argues, have created a climate of bias that makes scientific objectivity nearly impossible. They wield significant influence over the medical profession, medical schools, and medical journals, shaping the knowledge and outlook of the average doctor. But why would they do this? Griffin suggests that the answer lies in the staggering profits generated by the cancer industry. Each year, more people make a living from cancer than die from it. The idea that a simple, inexpensive vitamin could solve the problem is a direct threat to this lucrative industry. To support his claims, Griffin delves into historical records, citing government hearings and reports from the early 20th century. He highlights the existence of an international cartel, centered in Germany, that dominated the world's chemical and drug industries. This cartel, known as IG Farben, was a powerful force that extended its reach into numerous countries, including the United States. The connections between IG Farben and American industry were extensive, with agreements and partnerships that included major corporations like Standard Oil, DuPont, and Ford. These alliances were not just about business. They were about power and control, with Farben's influence extending into the highest levels of government and even shaping U.S. foreign policy. Griffin argues that the cartel's influence didn't end with World War II. Instead, it adapted and evolved, finding new ways to maintain its power and influence. He suggests that the same forces that once supported totalitarian regimes like the Nazis are now at work in the United States, promoting policies that favor big government and corporate interests over individual freedom and health. This brings us to a crucial question. What are the motives of these powerful individuals and institutions? Griffin suggests that it's not just about money, it's about power and control. The desire for a world government, he argues, is a driving force behind the opposition to alternative cancer therapies. By promoting the idea of a global crisis, they create a pretext for expanding government control and ultimately achieving their goal of world domination. But there's hope. Griffin believes that the key to breaking the hold of these forces lies in public awareness and indignation. He calls for a grassroots movement that challenges the status quo and demands accountability. It's a call to action for all of us to educate ourselves, question authority, and stand up for our right to make informed choices about our health. In conclusion, the story of vitamin B17 is not just about cancer. It's about the broader struggle for freedom and the right to choose. It's a story that challenges us to rethink our assumptions, to question the motives of those in power, and to take a stand for what we believe is right. As we navigate the complexities of modern medicine and politics, let's remember that the power to change the world lies within each of us. Thank you for joining me on this journey. I hope this episode has sparked your curiosity and inspired you to learn more. Until next time, keep asking questions, keep seeking truth, and remember, knowledge is power.
This has been a BrightLearn video from BrightLearn.ai on the book World Without Cancer, The Story of Vitamin B17 Part 2 by G. Edward Griffin. Visit BrightLearn.ai for more fascinating videos like this one, and visit naturalnews.com for full editorial coverage and breaking news on critical stories that keep you informed and aware of what's really going on.